This is the brand new Catalyst 100 from line 6. Catalyst is the brand new amp family from line 6. There is a 60 watt combo, a 100 watt combo and a 200 watt combo. This right here is a 100 watt combo. And all these three amps build on the HX technology that you can find in the HX Stomp and the Helix. And each and every one of these amps comes with 6 amp voicings, which is the clean channel, the boutique channel, the Chime channel, crunch channel, dynamic channel and high gain channel. So with that said, the range within these amps is everything from pristine clean to classic crunch and modern high gain. And later on in this video I'm going to show you some samples of each and every amp voicing. I'm going to make this video into different chapters, as you can see in the timeline, so you easily can find the info you are looking for. I know everyone who watches this kind of videos looking for different information, but there is a lot of exciting things about this amp, so I recommend you to watch the entire video so you don't miss anything. It's a lot. It's a lot more than meets the ear or eye. I'm gonna start with some info about the amp, what it's all about, functions and so on, and we're gonna end the video with some sound samples. That was my personal favorite when dialing in these knobs. Okay, so let's start with some info. Let's start with the controls on the top of the amp. First off, you have 2 channels, channel A and B. You can save presets to that you either can access from pressing the channel A and B button, or you can get yourself the foot switch that will be available. You also have the selector knob right here, which is the one that you use to choose what amp voicing you want to use. Next up is a boost knob that you can engage or turn off by pressing the button above it. What's special about this boost is you can use this on each and every amp voicing, and on every different voicing the boost is designed to do what's best for that kind of sound you are expecting from that voicing. So the boost does not make the exact same effect on the high gain as on the clean channel. So you can experiment a lot with just the boost on different voicings. Next up is the gain control. You have a bass control, mid control, treble control, a presence control, channel volume, and then you come to the effect knob. And this amp actually has 18. I don't have 18 fingers, I don't know why I did that, but this amp has 18 built-in effects. It has 6 delay effects, 6 different modulation effects, and it has 6 different pitch effects. The effect knob is used to decide the amount of the effect you want to use. And then you come to the reverb, which is also 6 different reverbs, which is a spring reverb, a hall reverb, a chamber reverb, plate reverb, and also 2 line 6 original reverbs that provide a shimmering effects to them. And last but not least, you also have the master. Let's go more in depth to the different effects on this amp, as I told you slightly about before. As I said, it's 6 different delays, 6 modulations and 6 pitch filter effects. Now I'm gonna tell you exactly what kind of delays and so on it is. You have the simple delay, which is a line 6 original. You have the vintage digital delay, which also is a line 6 original. You have the transistor tape echo, which is based on the Maestro Echoplex EP3. You have a Adriatic delay, which is a line 6 original. You have the dual delay, which also is a line 6 original. You have the dynamic ducking delay, which is a line 6 original. And that's the delay effect that is built into this. When it comes to modulation, you have the plastic chorus, which is based on the Orion ACHC chorus. You have the optotrem, which is based on Fender optical tremolo. You have the script mod phaser, which is based on the MXR Phase 90. You have the gray flanger, which is based on the MXR 117 flanger. You have the ubiquitous vibe, which is based on the Chime A Univibe. And you also have a rotary effect, which is the Leslie 145. And when it comes to pitch and filter effects, you have the bass octaver, which is based on the EBS Octabass. You have the growler synth, which is based on the Line 6 original. You have the pitch harmony, which also is a Line 6 original. You have the pitch shift, Line 6 original effect. You have the Tycho Octavia fuzz, which is based on the Tycho Brahe Octavia, probably I pronounced that wrong. And you have synth strings, which is a Line 6 original effect. And when we take a look at the back of this amp, you can see that first off, we have the power switch and the power. This is a function I personally really like. Well, more likely my neighbors like this function since I live in an apartment. You have a switch right here, which goes from mute to a half watt, 50 watt and 100 watts. And the thing with this is, I will get to the mute one later and explain what that is. For this demo, for example, I have used the half watt when I dialed in different tones, because when you use this half watt setting, you get the same amount of pressure in the sound and you get the same feel in the sound as when you really crank an amp, but it doesn't need to sound that much because now this is a half watt amp. So there's no need to lower the master volume to not blast the walls out of your apartment. But if you, I don't know, maybe have a soundproof room or anywhere else where you can crank it as loud as you want, you can use the 50 watt or 100 watt also. I have tried all these settings and no matter which one you use, you get the same sound but at different volumes. Now let's get back to the mute. I tested out the mute here when I combined that with the USB port you have here. When it's in mute, the amp itself won't make a sound. Then you can connect your amp to your PC or Mac with USB. And this amp will also act as an audio interface. Yeah. It's that convenient. You can use this to record music as well. When you connect it with USB, you can use it as an audio interface, which is the way I recorded these sound samples. I didn't want to use a microphone of two reasons. First reason was to not change the sound depending on which microphone I used, depending on where I placed the microphone and so on. And second, I wanted to try this function to see if it's really that great as it's supposed to be. And it is. So you connect your PC or Mac with USB. And as I said, you can use this as an audio interface and record straight into your DAW, whatever one you use. And you have the desktop application where you can easily design your own sounds. And if you don't want to find the effects and so on using the amp, the desktop application will make it a whole lot easier for you. And as I said, you can save presets on the amp. So the tones you make in the desktop application, you can store here in the amp. You have a MIDI in, you have it for the foot switch, as I told you. A foot switch will be available. You have a phones input if you want to use headphones. Then you have the effects loop, send and return. And you can also decide if you want it to be on the effects loop or power amp in. And another great thing with this amp is if you want to connect it into a mixer or PA or anything, you have this XLR direct out here. So no matter what sound you are pushing through the amp, connect your amp with an XLR to a recording equipment, mixer, PA, whatever, and the sound you have in the amp will go straight to the PA, to the mixer, whatever. So if you don't want to mic up your amp, you use this one. Genius, if you ask me. So this amp is ready for whatever field you're using it in. If you want to use it in a studio, you have all the possibilities with a USB connection, mute, channel and changing the watt on it, so you don't need to play louder than you actually need to play. You have the great sounds and feels from the HX technology, and it is a really approachable interface on this amp. And as a person who have used Line 6 for many years now, I really love the sound of this amp. And I want to tell you that yes, I've got this amp sent to me to try it out and make a demo. I'm not gonna lie about that part, but this video is not scripted. This is my personal opinion on this amp. It's not scripted in any way. No one have told me what to say and what to think. It's my own opinion, and I recommend this amp just because it has so many sides to it. No matter what you want to do, this amp has something for you. That's why I recommend it, because it's so versatile, from stage performance and studio recordings, practice amp, rehearsal room. And if I don't come back after the sound demo and have thought of something else I wanted to say, I would like to thank you so much for watching. I hope I answered your questions about this amp, and I would also like to thank Yamaha Scandinavia for sending me this to check it out and let me show you how this amp sounds and what it can do. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. And I will of course link to the official webpage so you can read more official info about them. Let's get to the sound test.